All right, everybody, what's up, man? How's everybody doing out there? Let me adjust this mic a little bit. Oh, I'm back. I had the flu in February. I don't know how it got me. It got everybody else. I should have known I was going to get sick when everybody else was sick. Like everybody, I'm talking like everybody like outside of my family. Luckily my wife didn't get sick and my 5-year-old didn't get sick. I had to stay up in my bedroom for literally a week. Literally like Sunday to Sunday, like I was like the first patient with AIDS. I mean, that's like but I get it. My wife doesn't want me to come around because she doesn't want to get her sick. And then obviously the 5-year-old, you don't want to get sick. You don't want to pass them on the flu. But I'm back. I'm finally about, I don't know, 3-4 days off of that. And I'm starting to feel back to myself. And I still look like shit though. I mean, not like I looked like a model before that, but I definitely look like shit. My eyes, I'm like under them. I look like a crocodile. It was the first time in ever that I asked my wife if she has any lotion for under my eyes. So I'm like putting on like eye makeup or eye lotion under my bags of my eyes, like I'm like Liz Taylor or something like that, like an old lady. But anyways, let's get to it, man. A lot of stuff happened since I got sick and a few days behind on things. But I want to talk about how the U.S. hockey team won the gold medal, and I think men and women did, and how all the liberals lost their ass. They just lost their mind because of, I don't know, Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, went and celebrated with them. I guess the head of the FBI, which I get it. I get it. You want to get whatever you want to get. But the guy's an American. He can go celebrate with the hockey team if he wants to. Okay. Something tells me if a lot of people were, they had the capability of being in that locker room, they would have put themselves in the locker room, especially if they're like huge hockey fans. Okay. I'm sure they would have done it too. And then I guess they didn't like how the president of the United States calls the hockey team to congratulate him. And then they just nitpick every little thing that comes off that. That's like the thing with Trump, man. They just nitpick every little thing that he does. I mean, did you know he said this? Did you know he didn't say this to them? Did you know this? Did you know that? And then you got like all the lesbians, all the angry lesbians, soccer players, Megan Rabino or whatever the hell her name is, that lady. If that's the look you're going for, I seriously, I don't know what look you're going. Look, I know what I look like, but if that's the look that a rich athlete goes for, I get it. You're going for like heroin 18-year-old is what you're going for, but you're a little bit older, so you look like heroin 32-year-old. And they lost their mind. They're on a podcast talking about things and how that was, this and how that was that. And I don't know why all the lesbians are so angry. Like, why are lesbians so angry? Is it because you can't piss in a sink like us? You know what I'm saying? And all you could do is dishes in those sink. Why are you always angry, lesbians? Megan Rabino, whatever the hell her name is, she's a winner. Lady, you're a very successful person, but you're a miserable twat. I don't understand what your problem is. I don't understand it. You got mad that the president of the United States called the U.S. hockey team after they won the gold. You got mad at that, just to congratulate him and thank you and all the hard work. You got mad. If the Russian hockey team would have won and Putin would have called, would people get mad that Putin called? And I get it. He's a leader. Okay. If China would have won, if Xi Jinping or whatever would have called them, would you get mad? If Canada would have won that shootout and their prime minister would have called them, are you going to get mad? Like, do you got to get mad at everything? Does liberals got to get mad at everything? Like, does it always have to be this? Like, can we ever find a common ground of do we have any common ground anymore that we can stand on and go, we're all Americans? I don't think so, man. I think that liberal communists move from one mad thing that they're mad at to the next mad thing. I mean, it was ICE. It was they ran over the lady that was that was protesting ICE. They shot the guy that was kicking out brake lights and stuff the day before, and then he gets into another thing, I don't know, days later or something. I don't know the play-by-play. All I know is you F around, you find out type of stuff. Okay. I don't know who anybody, not to talk about old stuff. I don't know who anybody is going to tussle with federal agents and they're going to come on the winning side. I don't know. What do you think? You're going to get them? You think you're going to get them? You think you're going to tussle with law enforcement and you're going to walk out and go, I got you, dog. I got you. I got you. You think that's really going to happen? I don't think so. I don't think so. I tell you what, man, I've been around a while, and I don't think that really is the thing. So when you tussle with law enforcement, don't be surprised if you get the raw end of the stick, pal. It's just the way it is. But dude, so they got mad that the U.S. hockey team had the president of the United States call them, and then they get mad that they're going to go to the White House. They get mad that they go to the White House. Dude, I'm a regular guy. And a lot of people that listen to this are regular people. All right. And I know people, look, if you're going to be a dipshit on the internet and go, what's a regular person? You can get the fuck out of here. And, but, most people are regular people. Okay. And if you get invited to the White House, okay, for them to celebrate you, I'm going. I don't care. I don't care if it would have been Obama, Bill Clinton, George Bush. I would have went with Biden. I think honestly, I would have went with Biden. I go, whatever. I'm going to put my fucking beautiful Latina wife in a fucking red dress, and she's going to put the red lipstick on. And I'm going to go, girl, put those sexy panties on, and we're going to go eat good food. And we're going to drink champagne. And we're going to be in a room with a bunch of liberals that I can do. Okay. It's fine. But for some reason, these people, they lose their shit when they go, yeah, the hockey team's going to go to the White House. For some reason, everything has to be political with these people. Everything has to be political. Like you have to wear it. You have to wear it, the clothing of the liberal communist. Always. You got to wear it on you and everything. And I get it. There's things that are just like, look, this is egregious. We're not doing this. I get it. There are things where you draw lines on things. I get it. But dude, honestly, if Barack Obama would have invited my wife and I, and we got an invitation to go to a White House where Barack Obama was at. And trust me, I voted for Barack Obama the first time. I did not vote for him the second time. All right. After I smelled like how he got down, I wasn't impressed. Okay. Not at all. I mean, to be honest with you, if Barack Obama, the best thing he has going for him was he was black. Besides that, it's what did he do? And I'm not even saying it in a negative way. That's the best thing that Barack Obama has going for him is that he's black. If you took the black away from him, he'd just be some basic bitch ass president that did the same thing that every president does. It just is what it is. And these aren't even insults. I'm not, dude, I could be in a room with Barack Obama. I could be in a room with Joe Biden and Jill Biden. Okay. I could be in a room with Donald Trump and George Bush and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. That's not a problem. I don't have to give dirty looks across the room and say, I'm not coming there if you invite me, and then go in the press and say nasty things about them and saying, oh, I turned them down. You're a crazy person. Okay. Like I'm a person that loves this country. And if I had the opportunity to take my beautiful wife and I to the White House, we're going, dude. We're going. Sorry. I know there's some people that think that they're going to get a second chance to go to the White House on an invitation. I don't. If I got one invitation to the White House, I'm going because I would expect that that's never going to happen ever again. Okay. So we're going to go now. So honey, put the lipstick on, the beautiful dress, and I'm going to smack your ass and we're going to go have a good time and drink some champagne. But not these people. Not these people. They got to complain that the hockey team is going to the White House and they ruined everything. Oh, the hockey team ruined everything because they got the president on the phone while they're celebrating the victory in the locker room. I mean, whatever, dude. It's just, I don't know. I don't get this anymore. I don't get it. I mean, it's you got to be full blown communist and you got to be, it's everybody has to hate everybody. I really try to keep up with the communist liberal and what they like. I really do, because the more and more I think about it, how much American are they? I mean, most of them. I know there's good Democrats out there that, they're patriots. They love this country, but I feel like the large percentage of them, Ilhan Omar, when you look at her, do you go, that's America? Do you look at that? And Ilhan Omar, when you look at her, you go, that's America. When she's at the State of the Union yelling from the seats there, with her little freaking, you know what I'm saying, with her pajama head on there, you really think that's America? That's America. I get it. There's people like her in America that love this country. Does she look like she loves this country? Because I don't look like a person that loves this country. Do you ever hear anything that she says that you go, I believe that she loves this country, and I see that she's talking about how she loves this country? I don't know. I don't see that at all, man. And there's a lot of liberals like that where you go, I don't know if they love this country. I mean, they're siding with, Venezuelan freaking dictators. They're siding with freaking Islamist Iranians, where they're like, I can't believe they did that. You can't believe they did that? You can't believe that they did that? Those people have been fucking around and find out, okay? That's what you've been doing. You can't yell death to America for 40-something years or how long it's been. And then eventually get like a cowboy like Trump in the office, and then he goes, all right, you guys have been chirping a lot. You didn't think we were going to get a fight in? We're getting a fight in. Okay. And again, I'm not pro war at all. I don't want any war at all. I got a 5-year-old upstairs. If they're trying to get into a 20, 25, 30, 50-year war, I got a 5-year-old upstairs that I don't want near war. Okay. I don't want war on our soil at all. But to think that war is never going to happen, that's unrealistic, man. It's unrealistic. With humans how they are, it's unrealistic to think war ain't going to happen. Okay. It'd be nice if it didn't. That'd be a great world. But guess what? Just like a heroin addict a long time ago told me, we don't live in a should world. It shouldn't be war, but we don't live in a should world, bud. Okay, it's gonna happen. All right, dude, honestly, in my head, it would be great if all of the Middle East were just like, hey, love is love, dog, and come over here, let's spend some money, and let's have safety, and let's not have craziness. That would be great. That, honestly, at the end, like, if I had a perfect world, that's how it would be. You don't think I'd love to take my beautiful wife and my beautiful son and travel through those countries and not kind of look over your shoulder? It's the same thing with, South America. Don't you think I'd love to travel from America all the way down to South America and through Central America and not worry about, violence? I would love that. But guess what? That's not realistic. I wish it would happen. I wish someday, it's going to happen. But until that happens, war is like a thing. Okay. And even the people that are jumping off the Trump train, because he did this thing with Iran, or he did this thing, or Iran, whatever you call it. And he did this thing with Venezuela. Listen, man, it's a chess game. All right. And most people out there don't have an idea of what the chess game is. What the basic game is for the United States to stay at the top of the game. Okay. The game of life, the United States has to stay at the top. All right. And I'm sorry, you got to step on people's faces and let them know every once in a while that we're on top and that we're the supreme military. And whether you guys got your opinions on us or not, and when we're going to go down and when you're going to take us down, until then, this is what we're going to do. Okay. And I don't like it either. I don't like it. I don't like, grabbing Venezuela, leaders out of their homes or wherever the hell they're at. I don't like bombing Iran and you hear innocents are dying and stuff like that. I don't like that. But it's part of the game. Okay. And then people that are jumping off the Trump train because he did this, guess what? This was going to happen, buddy. You can't have a leader that is that never goes to war. You can't have a leader that you go, just keep pushing him around. He's never going to punch you. He's never going to punch you. What do you think people around you that knows you're never going to punch, you're never going to fight, you're never going to shoot, you're never going to stab, you're never going to get physical with them? What do you think those people are going to do to you? They're going to push you around and walk all over you. Okay. It's basic human knowledge and behavior that anybody that's lived a little bit, have that person that just walks around like, look, I don't want to punch anybody. I'm playing politics. That's another thing. All these people are playing politics. They're all trying to get their next job. Trump ain't trying to get his next job. I don't think he's trying to get his next job at all. I mean, what's the next job? I don't know. It's retirement. Okay. And all these other politicians that never would do this, they just kick the can down the street. That's it. They just kick it down the street, man. He ain't kicking it down the street. And I'll tell you this, I really think that, Venezuela has something to do with Iran. And I think Taiwan has something to do with Venezuela and Iran, and what I mean is, and I don't know, I'm a simple guy, but it looks like he wanted to secure the oil in Venezuela just in case people got a little cute with the oil over there in the Middle East. I really believe that. So I would assume they're securing the oil in Venezuela. So they go, hey, look, we still got our oil supply. We still got our plug. And then now we're going to go over there a month or so later and get Iran. And now they knock them out. And they're saying oil prices are probably going to go up because of that whole shipping channel there that it all comes through. But at least they have a plug with the oil right here through Venezuela. And the reason why I say that this has something to do with Taiwan, it's letting China know that if you want to get froggy dog, I'm down to fight. And again, nobody wants to go to war with China. Nobody wants to go to war with any of these people. But every once in a while, you got to slap a bitch. And that's what it is. I'm sorry. And I'm talking like bitches like it's men and women. There's men bitches and there's women bitches out there. And every once in a while, you got to slap a bitch. And that's what they're doing is slapping a bitch. You didn't think the United States was ever going to slap a bitch? You didn't think that was ever going to happen? You're unrealistic, dog. You're living in a freaking dream world if you think that wasn't going to happen. And it's not good. It's not good with this Iran and America thing. I'll tell you that. It ain't good at all. Because now we're going to get terrorist attack, whether it's in the next, 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 years, it's going to happen. These guys do bitch stuff like that all the time. That's their little bitch move where they'll go destroy, a little portion of New York, or they'll go destroy a little portion of whatever major city, because that's the bitch move that they do. You already seen what they were doing with the drones, and they're hitting other allies and other parts of countries in the region off this. Innocent people in Dubai, they're just, running drones into hotels and stuff. The videos that I'm finding on Twitter are just amazing, man. I mean, you see like these fighter flights, these F-22s and just, them shooting at each other, and you see the weaponry and you go, who would want to go to war against people like that? Who would want to go to war with people with technology like that? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. And then you look at it, like you go, how do you win? And I know people go, well, Afghanistan and then what? Dude, that wasn't a win. You know what? If the politicians would get out of the way of the military experts, meaning the generals and the people that go, look, we can win this if we just do that. If the politicians would get out of the way of them, a lot of these wars would not have been lost at all. Not lost at all. But guess what? Things got to get a little messy. Things got to get a little sloppy. Things got to get a little rough. Things got to get a little ugly. And the politicians never wanted to look like that. They're always, that's where war gets messed up. It's what it is, but anyways, I'm not a war podcast. I don't really want to, I didn't even want to talk about this. It's just ridiculous, thinking about hockey teams. And then you think about what happened with Iran and how people are still going to cry about it. All the crybabies that cry about every move that Donald Trump does and MAGA does. And everything you guys are crying about, it does nothing. You have changed nothing. You've changed nothing. There's nothing you've changed at all. I mean, you get little wins. I mean, little tiny wins, but it's just weak wins. Like, cut it out. Jump on the team, huh? Jump on the America team. That's all we want you guys to do is just jump on the America team. I don't think you guys want to do that. But anyways, let's talk about the NFL and let's get the hell out of here. Looks like free agency starting to gear up for the NFL. Looks like teams already tagging players and stuff like that. Looks like Dallas tagged George Pickens and of the Cowboys, their wide receiver that had a great year. First of all, I get it. George Pickens deserves a contract from the Cowboys. It looks like the Cowboys are strapped. I'm sure you can move money around. But dude, as soon as you pay that guy, George Pickens, he's going to be a problem. Okay. That's the only problem about picking up that guy. He's a problem. All right. I don't know if I'm the only guy on the internet saying that George Pickens is a problem, but he's a problem. Okay. He's been a problem. And I know people, that make excuses for him. He didn't have a quarterback. He wasn't getting the ball. He wasn't this. No, he's a problem. Okay. There's plenty of players out there that are world-class talent that do not give the team headaches and problems. And when you're giving Mike Tomlin problems, you know that you're a problem. That guy's a world-class coach, and you're giving him a problem. When he wants to get rid of you, you're a damn problem. All right. So Dallas, they're probably going to pay the guy. I know they tagged him. He's probably not going to play on the tag. I don't blame him. I mean, you're talking about, making $28 million a year. If that's the numbers, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like that. $28 million for 1 year, opposed to maybe getting $140 million contract that's guaranteed. And it's a big difference in numbers. So I get it if he doesn't play, but he is a world-class talent, but the hesitation is because he's a pain in the butt. And anybody could see that coming around the corner, George. That's why they haven't paid you yet. I get it. You think the Cowboys are playing business with you, which they are, but really where the problem is when you have world-class athletes and they're having an issue with getting their money, a lot of times it's because you're a problem. Okay. And they know you're going to be a problem. All right. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's worth maybe a team even to throw them some picks for that tag. He's very good. I wouldn't want him on my team, but he needs to go. You know where he needs to go? He needs to go to the Buffalo Bills. He should have went to the Buffalo Bills. I mean, that's the team he needs to be at, but that's going to be hard. The poor Buffalo Bills. Everybody wants the Buffalo Bills to get a wide receiver so maybe they can win like a playoff game more and get to the Super Bowl. But I don't know if that's going to happen, man. I just wonder if the Buffalo Bills are going to run out of Josh Allen's luck. Like Josh Allen's got a lot of luck. He's got a lot of talent. I just wonder if they waited it out so long that injuries are going to come in, age is going to come in, just luck in general of just the division got better and it caught up to them. I mean, because look at New England obviously made it to the Super Bowl. They're in their division. Miami Dolphins, I don't got much hope in them, but they're clearly trying to make a move. They can get better. I mean, obviously the Miami Dolphins plan is to get better than what they are now because they stink. And so I could see that happening. And then I'm trying to think who else is in that division. I don't know why I'm blanking. The Jets. No, the Jets are hopeless. The Jets are hopeless. That's coming from a Cleveland Browns fan. God, the Jets stink. I don't ever see the Jets getting better at ever. I don't see it. I don't know. Are the Jets a quarterback away from being good? Because it doesn't seem that. Are the Jets a safety and a defensive back a way of getting good? Because I don't think they had one interception last year. Is that true? I don't even know. I heard that, and you just think that they didn't have one interception the whole season. No, they didn't have an interception the whole season. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. But do they look like they're a quarterback and a D-back and a safety away from being a winning team? I don't think so. I know they just tagged Breece Hall, which that guy's in jet hell. I mean, that poor guy's just like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. They can tag me for this year, and I'm sure a couple, maybe next year. And that guy's in hell, man. But guess what? Get that money, dog, and you'll be out of there soon. Just stay healthy, Breece. That's all you could do, bud. But yeah, man. I mean, look, everybody's talking the NFL draft. It looks like Mendoza is he's going to be a lock for number 1 pick overall. You know what I just wonder with Mendoza, which I don't think so. I think Mendoza is going to be a pretty good quarterback for the NFL. I mean, I don't know until they get down and they start playing. You just never know. But I just wonder, since they've already crowned him so much, because he deserves it. He won Heisman, he won national champion. They went undefeated. Indiana, which was, I haven't thought about Indiana being a good football team since the 90s, and or even relevant for any sport. But so he does deserve, all the recognition, Mendoza. But I just wonder how they're overlooking him right now, that where it's like, no, he does have weaknesses. No, he might not be that good. It doesn't seem like this is a great quarterback class. I mean, you only hear Ty Simpson and Mendoza. That's it. I mean, there's other quarterbacks that you kind of hear, the LSU kid, the Penn State kid. But name a 5th, 6th, 7th, name 7 quarterbacks in this draft that people are talking about. I don't really hear it. You don't really hear it. I mean, yeah, the people that are deep in the waters know about it, but I mean, for the most part, you don't hear anything. You're hearing a lot of, defensive ends, a lot of, Styles is like a linebacker and Downs, the safety, D-back and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I'm starting to wonder if the NFL is, the talent's getting worse. I mean, because I don't know, man. How the hell does the NFL have quarterbacks anymore? Where is the quarterback talent at now? They're talking about cutting Kyler Murray and Tua. And then there's teams that are like saying, I'd take Kyler Murray and Tua. Who would take Tua? First of all, I don't know what team wants to take Tua. If Tua gets cut, you're bringing Tua in? I don't understand that. I mean, for your starting quarterback, I don't know. I wouldn't even want him for my starting quarterback. It's like, stay away. Stay away. Kyler Murray, my God, he's a little mouse. He's like, he's like this tall. You've seen what he does. Why would you bring that guy in? I get it, for the money, because he's probably not going to be that much, or possibly he might be that much. Why would you bring this in? The NFL has a quarterback problem. They have a bad quarterback problem. When people are salivating for Tua and Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones is playing hard to get. That's how you know that the NFL has a quarterback problem. Right? When what's his name? Not David Carr, but the other Carr is talking about coming out of retirement. Derek Carr's talking about coming out of retirement, because he knows the quarterback play is down. I could probably get a job. He just seen Phillip Rivers come out of retirement at like 47 years old or whatever his age was. And he came out and kind of did okay. Quarterback play in the NFL is down. I don't understand why, because all these kids are going to camp since they were 7 years old. All these kids are traveling. All these kids have the technology and all the coaches, and their parents are spending a ton of money. And, they're getting opportunities in colleges. And I don't understand when they come out and they make it to the NFL, why aren't they better, now than they were then? And I know people go, they are better now. I don't know. Name the quarterbacks now that you're just like so over the moon. Bo Nix is so good that you're just like, whoa, he's over the moon. I mean, besides Mahomes, okay? I mean, seriously, all these quarterbacks are disappointments. I mean, they're all disappointments. CJ Stroud, I thought he was going to be very good for a year, and then he has 2 years where he looks like a bum. Although he just picked up David Montgomery, it ain't going to help. Okay, David Montgomery is not going to help the Texans. Okay, they have a quarterback problem and many other things, but the quarterback is no good. Okay, we've already seen that. They need to, the Texans need to flush CJ Stroud. And I was a CJ Stroud fan, Ohio State fan, had big plans for the guy. Thought the guy was going to be a winner, always trying to scoop him maybe in fantasy. No, the guy, whatever he lost it. Okay, these quarterbacks are not that good in the NFL. I don't know what it is. They've had all the opportunity in the world to get better. They've had all the opportunity in the training and all this internet and all this money. But if you look at it, they ain't better than Dan Marino. They're not better than freaking Jeff George even. And I know Jeff George didn't have a great career, but I'm just saying they're not better than Jeff George, these quarterbacks. These quarterbacks aren't better than Doug Flutie. These quarterbacks are not that good anymore. Guys, Busted Balls Podcast, this is what you're listening to right here. If you guys like the podcast, please share it. If not, I totally understand, man. You can fucking kick rocks. I don't give a shit. And if you like the clips, please share them. I appreciate everybody. Hope everybody's good. Hope you're putting titty nipples in your mouth, and hope your old lady's staying up your back and your money's right. Thanks for listening, guys.